All right, we've added back the compressor and the limiter, so that means one thing. I'm talking into a microphone again. Now, why am I talking into a microphone again? Well, something awful has happened. Something absolutely terrible, miserable in every way has happened. Discord has updated the mobile UI. And I am just going to rant about this because, like, how long has Discord been using the same UI on mobile? As long as I've fucking used it, and I've used it since 2016. I had an account from 2016 that was, unfortunately hacked, lost to time, rest in peace. But I, of course, immediately got another account. That account is still going, it's from 2019. And here goes the Discord developers like, you know that one thing where we had swipe to reply and everyone hated it? Let's add that back. And then also make it so that you have to go through some redundant menu so that servers and messages are separate. Because you totally can't tell the difference between a DM, a group DM, or your server, right? Are you guys that stupid? Because we think you're that stupid. We think you don't know how to identify a server from your fucking DMs. So let's make it complicated. Let's make it so that you can't view someone's profile through their DMs because you can't swipe left anymore. That leads to a message reply because we're stupid. We can't handle the truth of the information of that profile. We can't handle the user interface anymore that we've had for years. It's too much. But you guys act like you're doing any better. Because swipe to reply is a piece of shit. I don't want to fucking use it. It shouldn't be enabled. There should be a setting that I could go in and be like, I don't want your bullshit. Go away. Nobody loves you. But I can't do that. That's not an option. I can't make it so that I just have old navigation instead either, which, what happened to when companies actually knew how to do things where it's like, we're going to do this change, and if you want to use the old thing, you can still use it. That's the one good thing that I've learned about AutoCAD and all of my college one semester terms of using AutoCAD. AutoCAD will let you draw things any way you want to. If you want to make a floor plan by drawing entirely freehand and typing in numbers, you can absolutely do that. Do you want to put in coordinates? You can do that too. Do you want your coordinates to be relative to the last point you entered? You can do that. Do you want to enter in angle values? Absolutely, you can do that. Do you want to port in stuff from other apps and then use it in AutoCAD? Sure, you can do that. But Discord is like, oh yeah, give us feedback on these changes. I really hope to God everyone is just like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Put it back the way it was. No one asked for this. And that's the general consensus that I've gathered from talking to people in my DMs. No one wanted this at all. No one did. But here it is. It's here right in front of us. And what are we supposed to do about it? Live with it until Discord figures out that maybe we can we can stop changing the app so much. After all this time, we can actually just settle on the way that it looks because PC people like the way it looks. Mobile was fine because it was just kind of like PC, but in a more easily usable form factor, and some phones had bigger displays than others so that all your messages looked larger even if you had them on compact settings, so you had to lower down your zoom level when you switched phones so that messages looked the same. Totally not talking from personal experience. What do you think? Anyway, this sucks. This really does suck. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that is exactly what they did. They tried fixing it. And they failed. They failed horrifically. They didn't even listen to any of the feedback that we gave originally where it was like, get rid of the swipe to reply. It took too long. It was there for not a long time. It wasn't there for a long time, but it was still too long. It was still too long, and then here it is again. Swipe to reply, because you're totally using the reply feature like every 5 seconds, right? Because you can't just hold down a button or something. You can't do that. No, we want you to use swipes to not navigate, even though you still have to navigate with swipes if you're swiping to the right, but swiping to the left doesn't do anything now because why would it? It's not like you've navigated the screen with swipes for so long and you only had to tap to do a very few amount of functions and you know where to tap for everything because it's muscle memory. But now you can't do that anymore. Now there's this extra redundant menu so that you don't get your servers confused with your DMs because you're stupid and you totally did that. This isn't gonna make it any less easier for someone to send a message to the wrong DM if they're just pressing around, especially now, because then they'll be pressing around in the wrong spots. What the hell is it with you, Discord? Also, the icons. The icons are fucking hideous. I don't know why you changed them. Let's make everything round, and then, like, when you're in a call, your box is square now instead of like round, or instead of like having slightly rounded corners, it's even more round. Everything doesn't seem like it's appropriately to scale. We want to make everything look round and bubbly for you people because you don't know how to use a message app. Companies would have done something like this in the 1990s when people were figuring out how to use the internet. Sorry for stuttering. I'm just speaking. I'm off-gassing as hard as I possibly can. This is something companies should have done in the 90s when people didn't know how to use a computer. Make it look friendlier for people so that they feel more invited. We don't need this now. We know how to use computers. Even boomers know how to. We don't need this crap. Who do you think is using Discord? Discord devs? Children? Dumb people that have no idea what navigation is? Because you people fit under those terms. You absolutely do, because if you think adding updates like this is a good thing, you have no idea how to navigate your own app, do you? Oh, it's too complicated. People can't handle it. Screw you. Who are you to say I can't? Huh? Who are you to say I can't? Especially when I've done it for years and I've never had an issue with it until you added swipe to reply. But then you got rid of it, thank God. But then here it is again. With even more features that suck, icons that look bad. As if the fonts weren't bad enough when you decided to change the logo and the fonts and you're like, oh, you guys are stuck with this and all the colors are oversaturated and it'll never look right. And then you add even more saturation on mobile too. That's fun because the background's purple now. It's not just a pure gray. Why not add more colors? Make everything even more saturated. Are we in a children's game or are we in a messaging app? I rest my case. I'm tired of yelling.